Alliance also finding a lot of shots here. It's just can't quite find the value. It might get one healing off the back of this. Jimmy takes the window, moves out to try and control the bounds. He can lead it as well. No real touch the rest of Jimmy needs to be on this push, but I will say they allow that one to sticky on end. Looking to try and get that flush is going to push them out of the way. He can slowly 3 steps forwards. Not sure if he has any more healing to be putting on, but he has to step back to start to enact it. It's just a disgusting amount of chip damage that the Wolves are taking. I don't know where it's coming from. Meantime, Influence Rage killing these and they're happy as can be. So off the walls push slightly further forward. No oversight line's quite on this yet, but you can hear the tags inside the building. Getting close. Ooh. Ah, that's where they were coming from. Look at 90 Globan's layout. They've got 4 players here, Blank. They are doing quite a bit. It has to be said from this angle. We'll see what more they can find as Arc Red do go down. They have up on 65 points though, Blank. That is a real jump up from their start of the day. And they too are within striking distance. And they were definitely on the list of teams I was counting out, but they've really changed the story. 90 Globan. Let's see if they can make up for lost games in that last one. Hopefully putting it to the back of their mind and not thinking about it too much, because they do have a run out to go for. The question is, where do you go right now? Because Influence Rage, the only team that's more towards the center of the circle, and they got 4 players. Yeah, everyone's having a horrible time, just so you know. Next circle, if it goes center, everyone might just die in the next 2 minutes. And it does! It forces everyone out of position. This is such a disgusting final zone. Yeah, it doesn't favor anyone. For Influence Rage, they wished it went over towards the northeast side. A team in 6th place looking to chase would have been huge for them. The Flash is all about placement points. Getting over towards the top 4 would be fantastic to place them further in contention. This is closely for so long.
सही रहा तो वहाँ पे आज खाली मैच बना लेते हैं वो दिन ज़्यादा लैंड जब रख लो वो वे कितनी मैच लैंड भैया पूछते रहे पानी जब आते
Looks right now is the conclusion.
मैं खाता अपने साथ में रोटी मैं खाते फंसा
कसमें सोई टापियां करना जो लोग जान गया हो जी ये आए बना दिया ने जी ये वासी वाला मार हां जी चंगा शुक्र है तेरा बुलावे
वो पठाने की भाषा वाला गाल करे उसको
It doesn't have a verse to play with. The Jim's way over. Keeps cool and next. A third party just not another competitor. 90 Globan falling out in the meantime. Influence Rage, they're moving in, taking down Team Flash, starting to put the pressure onto everybody in the lobby. They've been fighting for a while, but they take the opportune moment to flex it out. It's a fantastic push from Influence Rage. They even leave a backstop over towards the east side. The secondary angle, really well done. I think Influence Rage absolutely deserve to win this game. In the midst of all this chaos, to even get lured towards the center of the circle. Oh, I love this from this team. This is some classic Brazilian gameplay. Now, for the last is out for Genji. They want to keep it going, but he's put to sleep quickly. It's Influence Rage looking to mount their ascent as well. Every single team that's won a game today done so at a crucial juncture, and now the Brazilians will join them too. Yeah, honestly, such a good game for Influence Rage. I don't think you could ask for any games we played any better, honestly. So well done. But now we're heading over towards Miramar final. That was our final angle of the day. No more classic ends. Let's be fair, a lot of the pretty the last one. I think for Influence Rage, they see the circle, they understand we need to make play for gold right now. And like I said, everyone was going to go 2 minutes. It was sooner. Well, let's head back over to the desert down. Every arrow is done. We're over to Miramar next. What have you guys got to say? Influence Rage, pull out the chicken dinner in the final air gale of the last chance, and oh, did they needed it. They were in the third place position at the start of this match, man. They dropped down to fifth, but with this win, it's definitely got to kind of push them back up and possibly grab one of those top two spots. What a finish from this Brazilian squad. I mean, what a game. So controlling, so decisive, so snappy, especially going for the right fights at the right time, as Blank said at the end of that game. This is classic Brazilian gameplay. How aggro they were was actually crazy in this game. And look, even the stragglers at the end of the year were just going to push it. We want those eliminated. Do you think you're going to be allowed to deny that point to the blue zone? Hell no! You're in our house. And this is going to be our point to get. 2-2-2 split across Law, Lil Boy, and Federal. Jago not getting much as he goes out earlier in this game. But regardless, wait, zero down. Wait, is this correct?
Oh,
wait,
wait, correct? No.
Is this no?
Wait, no knockouts. Wait, guys, wait.
I
hold on.
I do not believe this. If this is real, this is mad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. Okay, we're gonna move past that real quick.
So this is
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a knock. It was an instant elimination. Oh no, maybe they did get zero knocks because that was an instant. They didn't go the knock. It went right into a finish because it was the final player. Maybe they did get zero knocks there. That makes sense actually because it was instant every time the final player of the Lions was Jimmy. So that tracks. The zero damage though taken is crazy.
The zero damage taken is crazy. It also tracks out with the amount of damage that they delivered, right? Because there's like less than 200 for most of them. It does make sense that they were picking off knocks that were already down. So okay, interesting, cool. I mean, that's a fantastic win coming out of them. I want to say specifically that the push over onto Alliance was fantastic because that gave them two compounds now to use as a springboard against the rest of the lobby. From Weibo. I'm really happy with how Influence Rage actually used that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to pay attention to this in particular. How were loops? I want to say it's a mix of skill and luck. How do you hit those shots through the smokes at that kind of range? Just
right?
Beyond me. I have no clue how that worked out. And you know what? Fair to Wolves. Super wins the third party, right? I'm sure like they were good for the third party. They eliminate all of Weibo, then they ran behind a line, start to make that entry point onto Alliance and Loops combined. Wolves, I think, are feeling how desperate they have to be to make that climb. And you know what? So far, it paid off getting 8 points on this game.
Yeah, some great stuff coming in there. It's actually juice. Wait, hang on. Sorry. There's 8 points for Genji, Alliance, and Wolves. Alliance and Wolves both need those points and are very, very close to each other. So that's going to be an interesting thing going into Miramar here, where they're getting those. They're kind of tying up here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to push them up a little bit. I still think they're going into the desert, though. They're going to need a win. I think they definitely need to. I love the fact that Wolves pushed onto Weibo, right? Not just considering that they need those eliminations, guys, but they knew that Weibo was right there. And considering that that's the team that's in the top spot, if you can make that risk to take out that team early, you have to take it. You have to, because if those top teams get points, no matter what you do, it's just not going to work out. So I like the fact that Wolves were active. I even like that crazy wraparound push towards the end there for them, but it's just unfortunate they had two go down.
Yeah, it was a little bit rough. Still already got a 10 though. Looking at Arcrid, they got 11 eliminations, 1 placement point, going absolutely ham in the mid-game section of this match. And actually able to completely outplay Inner Circle. And looking at Inner Circle, 2 points. I was looking at their position this game. In my opinion, massive throw from Inner Circle. You have one of the best positions this entire game on Pachinki Hill. And they go for this 2-2 split, putting two players away from Pachinki Hill, which reduces the defense you set up in that position, and Arcrid just completely demolish you on that fight. I think Inner Circle would just not
setting themselves up for success. Compared to Federal, that definitely was set up for success this game, and finally, you know what, he was benched for a little bit here, Iftura, but he's back and swinging hard with that MVP award for this match.
He is back, he is swinging, he's doing all the things, and that is exactly what you want to see when you're going into the final 2 games of the day of the league stage for PMGC, right? When it's all down to the wire, whether you move on to finals or you go home tomorrow, comes down to 2 more games. This is a fantastic win for them. I love the mentality we saw in the last game. They flipped the switch. This went from we're sitting in a compound, taking shots at different teams to actually we are going to win the whole thing, and they just went for it into the field. I love seeing that. It does into 4th place. They are tied with Inner Circle. So Inner Circle have only gotten 3 points in the last 2-3 games, but they're still top 5. It's still all to play for, Max.
Holy moly, look at Arcred. 13th position at the start of the day. These last 2 games have been just fantastic. Top 2 from Ultra Ego. Maybe they could be one of the biggest comebacks we've ever witnessed here at PMGC Hot Dreams.
It's possible. It is. I mean, it's going to leave it up to Mirabar here. So many squads. I love how close this is, guys, because, I mean, even if you go down to, like, I think you can go pretty far down on the leaderboards if teams win back-to-back to dinner. But it's so possible here. You want to see teams just go out like crazy here, right? You got nothing to lose. You got to make it happen. But I really want you to break down probably one of the hardest things we've seen so far, right? And that is Inner Circle. It's very reminding of the Wolves during the comp, right? Because on the final game, the Wolves won Rondo, and then nothing during Erangel. And it's the same thing here, right? For Inner Circle. 4 points in 3 matches of Erangel. How do they bounce back here in Miramar?
It's going to be tough, I think. When they won the Rondo, I was a little bit worried because that's the same thing they did in Group Green, right? They had the first game on Rondo, massive. We were like, that's it, they're done, they're ready to go to finals, and then they did nothing the rest of the day. Actually, the rest of the 3 days. So I got today and I went, oh, I really hope you turn this around and do something with it. They've done a little bit, but not anything what we need to see from them. For me, it feels like they're trying to be too big brain just slightly here with that 2-2 split they were trying to do over Pachinki. I understand they're trying to find more reach, but that was not the place to do it. That was not the time to do it. Once the zone shifted away, they were way too slow on the rotate. They were trying to gatekeep other teams, and for them who thrive in the end game, I think that was the wrong play. They needed to actually prioritize the next zone a lot more than they did. So hopefully in the Miramars, where there's a little bit more room to actually make those big rotations, then I'm hoping that's what we're going to be here, Cruz.
Max, if Weibo win this next match, they're going to the finals. That's a fact, right?
Yep.
So, what do other teams do to try and stop this one? I mean, do you think you just play a regular match and hope for the best? Or if you happen to realize that this team's there, you go for it? What do you think?
I don't know. You know what? Genuinely, it is down to every team whether they want to try and execute this game. Could you try and target the top teams? Yes, but I think they're just going to try and play their own game and try and just get a good finish here. Make it top 3 is going to be very important for these squads. So I'm looking at so many teams just don't just avoid it like the play. Keep the team alive until 5, 6, 7, and maybe you have a chance to make that redemption arc go into the top 2.
You're right. It's just too close at this point, guys. We're going into desert here. Last 2 matches. Who could possibly get one of these last